Yo, what's up, guys? Nico here again. Today I wanted to kind of give some insights as to one of the phrases that I utilize on a constant basis. Whether you're in active addiction or not, I think it's very applicable to everybody that might be listening today. The phrase that I chose to live by for a while, and I still do, like I said, I apply it consistently now, is analyze, adapt, and overcome. To be honest with you, I forget where I learned it from, but I know I learned it back in my teen years. And it's helped me a lot. It's helped me tremendously, actually. So I wanted to share it with you. I know what it's like to have your life become such a mess and problematic because of addiction. I understand what it's like to feel out of control. I understand what it's like to feel like you can't ever get your bearings back, that nothing is ever going to go ahead and be back to normal. I do. I can empathize with you on that one. But that's not the end of the road. You can make a choice. Again, you're the hero of your story. I'm just here to help out, throw some guidance your way from stuff that I've learned. So, what I'd like to go ahead and share with you today is those three topics: analyze, adapt, and overcome. And I want to break them down to you. Analyze. When I was in my active addiction, and I realized that I had a problem, that my life had become unmanageable because of my addiction, I had to analyze where I was at. Now, taking an analyzation of where you're at is never fun. We all have a bias towards ourselves. We don't ever think that we're addicts. So coming to that stage first is great. Kudos to you, because that one's a tough one. But you also have to analyze exactly where you're at. What type of hole have you dug yourself into? What type of mess have you left laying around? Take a moment and think about that. Analyze where you're at. And one of the best ways that you can do it is by taking a holistic view, or what I call an eagle's eye view. If somebody was looking from a third party into your life, what do you think would be some of the main things that they would point out? What do you think some of the main chapters they would identify are? That's analyzing. For me, I knew that I was stuck in a cycle of addiction where I wasn't even getting high anymore. I was just using to stay well. I was not benefiting my family, was not benefiting my friends, was not contributing to society in any positive way. I was taken away from it. So I had to analyze. All right, Nico, this is where you're at. Holistically, you are a dope fiend. You're a drug addict. You have no problem in hurting people to go ahead and get what you want. You're very selfish. Those things are hard to analyze about yourself. So if you need to, reach out to somebody that you know is going to give you an honest answer, but don't get mad at them when they do. Because if you can't analyze for yourself, then yes, reach out for some help. But again, be willing to accept the honest answer that you're going to be given. Because if you can't give yourself that honest answer, might as well take it from someone who cares about you. And make sure that they care about you. Don't go to your dope dealer and ask how you're doing. They're going to tell you, oh, fine, here's an extra 20. Have a nice day. That's if you got a nice dope dealer. Most of them aren't. Once you analyze where you're at and you take an eagle's eye view of what your situation is, the next thing that you need to do is you need to go ahead and adapt. You need to adapt to your current environment. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, I'm stuck in a dope fiend lifestyle, so I need to adapt to being a dope fiend. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is adapt to what you're in and learn to navigate your way out. Learn to figure out what steps you need to take, however small they might be, to go ahead and get yourself out of that hole, out of that rut. Clean up the mess that's around you, because you got yourself there. That dose of reality sucks. But again, you're the character of your story. You're the only one that can be your own hero. I'm just here to throw some guidance your way. So adapt. Adapt to your circumstances. Stop living in an imaginary land. I know for me, when I was really heavy into using, I didn't think that my appearance had changed that much. And oh, how it did. Normally, guys, at a healthy weight, I sit right around 180, 190, 200. Right there is a healthy weight for me. When I was using, I was down to 125 pounds. Sucked up. Man, my face was sucked in. I had to take a moment and actually understand that I was not managing my health right. I had to adapt to where I was at. I had to adapt to the physique that I put myself in, the weak body that I was in, this frail body that I was in that didn't function without using. I had to adapt to the reality that I had put myself in. Third step, overcome. I say it with a smile because I personally like a challenge. Some of my closest friends and family, they know that if they want to get me to do something, they tell me I can't do it. I've picked up on that one because I like a challenge and I don't like being told that I can't do something. So I had to learn how to overcome where I was at. The way that I learned how to overcome that was making small decisions on a very consistent basis and replicating them. By replicating them means I would do the same things over and over again just because I have an active mind state. So to overcome my addiction, I had to go ahead and start putting habits into place. Again, guys, I didn't use a rehab facility. Suboxone, I had bought off the streets, and I remember I had two slips left. Didn't really use those too much either. Didn't have a sober housing to live in with counselors and people that help out, look out for you. Yeah, there was a place that I was living that I was told that it needs to be a clean place to live, but it wasn't a sober living home by guidelines of whatever the state has mandated and all that other good stuff. So I had to overcome my current addiction, and the way that I did it is, again, laying it at my higher power's feet. However you choose to do it is going to be different. Again, we're not all the same. We have shared experiences, so I could share how my experiences impacted me, how I analyzed them, how I adapted to them, and how I overcame them. For me, it was consistently going to my higher power and saying, I need help. I need help. I can't do it no more. That's how I overcome it. How are you going to overcome it? What are you going to do to get yourself out of that rut? And if you're out of that rut, great. So excited for you. But what are you going to do to keep on staying out of that rut? Again, guys, this is a phrase that I have to consistently tell myself when I run into days that are hard for me to deal with, when I run into situations that are hard, and I run into experiences that I'm uncomfortable with. I have to learn how to analyze them, adapt to them, and overcome them. It's very applicable no matter where you're at. And again, I share it with you because I want you to succeed. At the end of the day, again, you're the main character. You're the hero to your story. Be that hero to yourself. Doesn't matter who else is around. If you don't want to do it for yourself, then it's not going to get done. So analyze where you're currently at. Adapt to your current situation so that you could overcome it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have two outcomes as an addict. You're going to lose your soul inside of an institution or inside of a morgue, or you're going to survive. You're going to thrive off of the lessons that you learned through those experiences. And I'm a firm believer that being an addict isn't the problem. It's a substance that is the problem. What you're addicted to, it needs to be the process of success. However that suits you. It does not need to be a substance that inhibits you. I'm just here to help out, guys. I'm tired of seeing this state be on the top of the list for overdoses, top of the list for drug-related crimes, top of the list for a lot of bad things. My goal is to change the way that we think so that we can do better as a state. So take it, run with it if you want to. Apply it to your life. See what kind of success you can get out of there. Because it's okay not to have a halo.